Hi. Hello, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome. So, guys, I can see some of you coming on board, but I'm not sure if you can hear me. And, guys, if you can see and can hear me loud and clear, type a one in the chat so that I know that you guys are here and everything is like working fine. Welcome to this Facebook live show, Ask Me Any Stocks. So type a one, guys. Type a one in the chat in the comment below. Let me know if you're here. You can see and hear me loud and clear. Okay, good. I think I can see some of you guys coming aboard. Okay, good. Hi, Rebecca, Henry. Good, Marco, Chinchao, Stephen, Henry. Awesome. Mike, hey, Crystal, Andy, hi. Okay, good. I think some of you are asking your stocks as well. One. Awesome, good. So it seems like you guys can see and hear me. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks, right? And this is Joey here, top tier reminder trader in Philip Securities. Thank you for coming on board, and we have a few of you coming on board as well. More than 100 of you. I think a few more of you coming on board. Hit the like and share button. All right, just help me to hit the like and share button. I think there should be a like button or like a heart shape. Show me some love, guys. Help me to reach out to a bit more people. Let's wait for a few more people to come on board. So yes, help me to. I think there's like a button, like and share. Help me to like and share this video. So before we move on and cover some of those stocks that you guys are asking about, right? So yes, welcome to this live show, guys. My name is Joey. For those of you that just come on board, this show is pretty much about Ask Me Any Stocks, right? Not stocks that I want, but stocks that you guys are asking about. And I see a lot of heart shape. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. So I did kind of like a Ask Me Any Stocks, in short, AMAS live show just about 2 or 3 weeks back. And that time, just about 2 or 3 weeks back, we covered like the Singapore, the US, and the Hong Kong market. So it was like overly ambitious, right? We went on for like almost 2 hours, right? And there were like so many stocks, like more than 6 to 8 stocks in each of the market. And I realized that there's just too many, right? So what happens is in today's AMAS Ask Me Any Stock live show, all right, we will be covering pretty much the Singapore market, right? The Singapore stock market. So later, I know some of you have put your stocks like below, like Keppel Corp, Genting, and all that, right? So I can see your comments. Would like to know about Franken. So I can see your comments, guys. Hatton Land. Some of you are looking about DBS and OCBC as well. All right, some of you. So do not type your stocks, because basically later we will have a live poll, and that's where you actually type in your stock, and that's where we will come to a live poll and see what are the most commonly stock. But yes, I mean, welcome to this session, guys. For those who have just joined us, welcome to this session, Ask Me Any Stocks live show, and we'll be talking about the Singapore stocks. So some of you are asking about UMS as well. Some asking about Tesla as well. I think hi TC, hi Richard. Edmund is asking about Rex as well. Ricky, you're asking about DBS. Yes, I can see your comments, guys. So keep it coming. Hit the like button. I think some of you are asking about Hourglass. Hi Johnson, Daphne, Quentin, Sadie, Jingping, Sulian. Yes, I can see you guys. Awesome, right? So welcome to this live show. Let's begin, right? So basically, just a quick disclaimer, all right? Whatever they shared today will be entirely for education purpose only. So please do your own due diligence, right? The standard disclaimer, all right? And here's what you need to do, right? So before we go on to talk about today's session, there'll be a lot of things we'll cover, a lot of stocks we'll cover as well. But before we go into that, I'd like to take this opportunity, all right, to thank all of you for being here today. All right, welcome to this live show. And I'll do everything in my power to try to cover as many stocks as possible in the Singapore stock market, right? So here's what you need to do to ask your stocks, all right? And this is what you need to do, right? So open a new tab, or you can use it on your handphone, on the new Chrome tab, or your computer as well. Go to slido.com. So that is actually where you can go ahead to ask your questions. So let me just go ahead to show you, all right? Slido.com, all right, go to slido.com, and that is where you kind of to participate in this live poll, all right, go to slido.com, and there's a code that you need to type in, which is called AMAS02, all right, AMAS02. So let me know, guys, once that is done, go to slido.com, all right, enter the code AMAS02, all right, to join, all right, the live poll. And that's where pretty much you will be typing your stocks in. We'll come to that in a bit, but that's where you'll be typing your stocks in. So we'll kind of like see what are the most commonly asked stocks, Singapore stocks, that you guys are asking about. So let me know in the chat below once that is done, all right? Give me a heart shape or like, let me know once it's done, so I can see all your comments, guys, right over here. So this is pretty much that's moving around, all right? So hit the heart shape, or let me know once it's done. Type yes once it's done, so I know that you guys are done. Okay, good. So it seems like some of you are done as well. So go to slido.com, right? Go to slido.com and code is AMAS02, right? AMAS02. That is pretty much a code to join the live poll and also ask your stocks that you want. So once it's done, type a yes or give me a heart shape, type like so that I know that you guys are done and we can pretty much move on to the Slido. Done. Okay, good. So I see a few coming aboard. Hi, Mark, YC, Lim, Benson, Alice, Lily. Good to see you here. Hi. Eileen, Melvis. Okay, good. So it seems like all of you are done already. We have more than 200 of you on board. Welcome to this live show. For those of you who have just joined us, ask me any stocks. Pretty much what we're doing is we will look at the stocks, right? Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about, right? And that's where I will do like a live analysis for you guys, all right? And we try to cover like maybe 5 or maybe 10 stocks. We try to do it as quickly as possible, maybe an hour or so, all right? And that's what will happen, okay? So once you're done, all right, go to AMAS.slido.com. Code is AMAS02, all right? And I think that's where we have a live poll coming on right now. Pretty much in one word, how would you describe the stock market, all right? Let me know in one word. Let me show you guys what it is right here. Okay, so go to slido.com, right? Go to slido.com, code AMAS02. So I think there will be a live poll right now, and you can just see my screen, guys. Pretty much in one word, right? How would you describe the stock market for you this month, right? So let's take a look at what people are saying. All right, so it seems a lot of you are on board already and typing in. All right, so I can see your comments, right? So bullish, right? Volatile. I think some of you are typing your stocks in as well. All right, that will come later, guys. Not to worry. Later, I'll ask you to key in your stocks that you want. But I think some of you are bullish, crazy, slow, boring. All right, okay. So it seems like missed the boat. Okay, good. So yeah, I think this is like a live poll, guys. All right, and pretty much I'll be asking questions, and you can participate in the live poll and of course the stocks that you want to answer. All right, so let me move on to the next live poll. All right, the next live poll. So go to slido.com for those of you who have just joined us. The code is AMAS02 to participate. Okay, so let me just shift this back up. All right, here. Okay, and let's go to the next poll, right? So for those of you that just joined us, right, pretty much in this session, we'll be looking at the stocks that you guys are asking about, the Singapore stocks, all right? And I will just go ahead to put the poll on Slido, all right? Let's go, right? So this is a poll. Basically, let me know, guys, what are three Singapore stocks that you want to be covered? So one person only have 3 stocks, right? Make sure you make it count, right? There's 3, okay? Let me know what are 3 stocks that you want to be covered. We'll go on like about 2 minutes for here. Okay, for those who just join us, just 3 stocks. You know, we'll go on to look at the stocks which a lot of you are asking about, maybe 5 or 10 stocks, the top 10, top 5 stocks that all of you are asking about. But let me know, guys, type what are 3 stocks, right? One by one, right? Type 3 stocks, one by one, that you want to be covered. Let me know, all right? So type 3 stocks one by one, all right? Let me know what are 3 stocks that you want to be covered, guys, and I will go ahead to cover them in a bit, all right? Okay, good. So welcome to this live show. I see a lot of you coming on board already, and yes, we have a few of you coming aboard. Hi, Lip Chang. You're looking at IFAST. Hi, Brian. Okay, hi, Cinnamon. Good to see you. All right, so that is the stocks you're asking about. So please type the stocks in the Slido app. All right, that's where we have a live poll. Okay, and yes, I can see your comments. Hi, Chinchao. Good to see you here. Done. Awesome. Done. Okay, hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. Okay, good. So it seems like the numbers are coming up. All right, so type 3 stocks or maybe just 1 stock that you want to be covered, guys. And we can see it coming in right now. Let me just go ahead to show you the live poll, right? This is the live poll here. All right, pretty much go to slido.com, code AMAS02, and let me know, right? What is that 1 stock, or maybe 1 and then 2 or 3, maximum 3, right? The 3 stocks that you want to be covered, and you can see that this is pretty much happening live, right? So it's a lot of you asking about a few stocks like Franken, IFAST is one of them, UMS, all right? Okay, so let me just write it down. All right, let me just write it down. Okay, good. So answer stocks there. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, so I see a few typing in, right? So we're coming in fast, right? OCBC, another like 30 more seconds, guys. 30 more seconds before we dive into this stock that you guys are asking about. and help me to hit the like and share button, right? Help me to hit the like and share button, guys. So that we can help reach out to more people. There's more than 300 of you on board already. Welcome to this very session. Ask me any stocks that might be looking at Singapore stocks, right? So go ahead to hit the heart button below, all right, or the like button, guys, before we go ahead to look at the stock, right? So I'll just kind of like pause it in about 20 more seconds, right? 20 more seconds, and we'll kind of like dive into the stocks, right, and see what are the most commonly asked, right? Okay, good. So 20 more seconds, guys. 20 more seconds. Let me know what is that stock, the Singapore stocks that you want to be covered before we will dive into the chart live for this stock, right? Okay, coming in quick and fast. Okay, so we have like IFAST, Sheng Siong, all right, OCBC, DBS. Okay, the banks, the Singapore banks coming in. Wilmar, Propnex coming in fast as well. Okay, good. Yeah, so I see a few joining us already. Okay, so 10 more seconds, guys. 10 more seconds. Okay, good. So that's it, guys. That's it. All right. I think there's so many of you coming aboard, and we have so many stocks. So let me see. All right, what are the top 10? What are the top 10 stocks that you guys are asking about? Of course, we see that if they have more time, then we can look at more stocks as well. All right, but let's just dive into it right now. All right, so let me just stop the poll. Okay, let me just stop the poll, or maybe just let me just stop the poll, right, and see what are the stocks, right? So I would say that we have IFAST. All right, so IFAST is one of them. Sheng Siong, all right, Sheng Siong, OCBC. We have Union Gas as well. Okay, and SGX, Raffles Medical. All right, so let me just go ahead to talk about the top 10 first before we look at more stocks. UMS as well. Okay, UMS. And we have Keppel Corp as well, and DBS. Okay, good. So I think these are pretty much the stocks. So let me just stop the poll, guys. Let me just stop the poll, and we shall go ahead pretty much to look at the stocks, all right, that you guys are asking about, right? Okay, good. So let's go ahead and pull out the chart, guys. And for those of you who have just joined us, all right, welcome. We have more than 300 of you, and pretty much in this very session, all right, we will kind of we have done like a live poll, all right, and we'll kind of like cover the top 10 stocks that you guys are asking about, right? And these top 10 stocks so far, from what I gathered, all right, let me just cover the top 5 first, all right, which is like IFAST, okay? Let me just type it in the comments, right? Let me type in the comments. I think we have like IFAST, right? I think all of you would be able to see my comments as IFAST. We have like Sheng Siong as well, all right? Sheng Siong. Okay, that's number 2. OCBC as well. I think that's number 3. Okay, OCBC. And we have like Union Gas, SGX, Raffles Medical, right? So let me know, guys, if you already type a yes in the chat, just below the comments, type a yes so that I know that you guys are ready. Of course, we will try to have more time, guys, so not to worry if the stocks are not what you want, all right? But pretty much we'll cover IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, Union Gas, SGX, Raffles Medical, UMS, Keppel Corp, and DBS for now, right? And we have more time. Definitely, I will try to cover as more the stocks that you guys are. So type a yes, guys, if you're ready before we dive into these stocks. The first one will be right here called IFAST, right? This is IFAST right here. Okay, yes. Okay, good. So yes, hi, Maeve. Okay, good. Kaijin, yes. Amy, yes. Okay, at least hi, Grace. A few of you coming on board as well. Awesome. Okay, so let's move on, right? So guys, the first stock will be IFAST, right? IFAST is one of those really good stocks that I like as well, all right? And we have been kind of like pushing up over the past 1 year plus, all right, and really quite a good, I would say, longer term uptrend, all right, quite a good long term uptrend. You can see that this red line, the 100 days moving average, has been like sloping upwards, red above the blue. So mid to long term trend, one of those I would say better uptrending stocks in the Singapore market, all right. But over the past, I would say like 1 month plus, we are seeing a bit of a sideways consolidation in the short term, right? So let me just go to draw for you some of those like short term support and resistance level. You can see the support level will be quite clearly now around the $8 level. Look at this, guys. $8, we have been holding around above it like since May. All right, since May, about like 5 months, 4 to 5 months. You can see we were consolidating from 8 all the way to 9. We broke the 9, you can see, but somewhere around that $10. Look at this right here. $10, I would say, is quite a a major resistance right now. We have kind of like touched about 2 or 3 times, and sellers have came back to push prices back down. So this $10 is what we call a psychological level as well. So that's where we can expect some profit taking. So for those of you who have like caught the rebound, all right, if you've kind of like got out near the $10, that's good. All right, you have kind of like retraced back down again. All right, so in terms of the short term, as I say, you can see that this green line, the 20 days moving average, is like consolidating sideways. It's like a bit moving sideways for now. All right, so that is the short term trend for like about $8.89. Okay, that is pretty much like the support, right? $8.80 to $9. You can see we were pretty much hovering above here since like September. It was originally the resistance turn support level, and that is also where look at this, right? This is also where this red line is, right? Look at this red line here. This is the 100 days moving average. So we have kind of like broken below the $9, right? Below the $9 or maybe $8.80 kind of like support level. So that is not a good thing in terms of like the short term, right? I'm not saying like the long term, guys. I'm talking about the short term. So as I say, in the short term, we will actually consolidating like sideways, right? From like 9 to 10, you can see up, down, and this green line is sideways, right? But the fact is we went below this green line, all right? Went below this green line, and so short-term wise, we don't look that good, and so we kind of like broke this like $8.80 to $9. But over the past week, you can see that we have found some sort of a support around the $8.50, all right, $8.50 level. You can see a bit of buying pressure coming back. Buyers started to bargain hunt, just a few days back as well, and we're still holding above the $8.50. So a bit of temp support about $8.50. I think there's some buyers that are stacked there. All right, but after $8.50, the critical one, right? The critical support level that you guys want to be looking at would be the $8, right? The $8 mark. I think that is key. All right. Look at this, right, guys? $8 since like May. We have went up, down, rebounded. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That is key. All right. So, right now that would be kind of like the near-term support level. Right. So if we do stay below the $8.80 to $9 level, which is now like a temporary resistance level, we can still, see probably some short-term downside, especially if the 850, the 850 were to give way, we can actually, kind of like hit lower, right, to near the $8. But as I say, right, the longer-term trend still, for now, I think it still looks okay, it still looks intact, but short-term, we are in fact seeing a bit of like a profit taking, a bit of selling pressure, right? But as it heads towards the $8 level right here, you can see this is the $8 mark we have been holding above since May. I would think that is where I would say some good bargain hunting might come back again, right? We have come rebounded from it, like as I say, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And if we can't break that 850, we may potentially hit there in the short term. And that's where, some bargain hunting can come back. You could actually load it up again to catch any rebound, right? Back up to that $8.80 to $9 first. And of course, eventually, if we can break up above that $9 level, all right, the $9 level, then yes, pretty much it is back to the $10, right? The $10 would be a very critical psychological resistance level for now. All right, I would say that is really a lot of sellers there. All right, we are tempted to kind of break it. You can see this was like quite a bearish candle right here somewhere in September, just about 1.5 months back. We got a bearish candle started to come down, and look at this right here. We got another bearish candle right here. It means it kind of attempted to break the $10, but sellers came in at the day end and push prices back down, and quite a red bearish candle whereby sellers are pretty much in control throughout of the day. So when we saw this here, we came down. When we saw this here as well, look at this right here. This is something like what we call like an inverse hammer, all right? And you can see that's where it started to come down as well, all right? So this $10 is a psychological resistance level that you want to take note, all right? If we can't rebound to that level as well, you can also think about taking some profit as well, right? So this is IFAST, right? This is IFAST right here, right? This is the first stock, number 1. All right, so let's move on to the stock number 2, which a lot of you are asking about as well, and that would be Sheng Siong, right? Sheng Siong, type a 2, guys. Type a 2 if you want to move on to stock number 2. Type a 2 in the comments below. Let me know. Okay, good. So I can see your view are still here. Two. Okay, awesome. Yes. Okay, hi Mavis. Hi Henry. Good to see you. All right. So we have pretty much covered IFAST, right? And welcome to this show for those of you who have just joined us, right? There's more than 400 of you on board right now, and in this live show, pretty much we'll be looking at some of the stocks that you guys are asking about. So we have just gone through one stock called IFAST. So those of you who have missed it, the replay will be on my Facebook page. You will be able to look at the stock IFAST again. But let's move on to the second stock, right? Let's move on to second stocks. Give me a like, guys. Give me a like. Type the heart button or the like button below. All right, it will definitely help out to reach more people. All right, and that's why we can move on to the second stock called Sheng Siong, right? So stock number 2 is called Sheng Siong. I think that's what a lot of you are asking about. All right, Sheng Siong. Let me just go ahead and pull out the chart for Sheng Siong. All right, so we try to cover as many stocks as possible. All right, and this is it right here, right? So this is Sheng Siong. You can see right here. And this is where we are. Let's look at Sheng Siong, right? So you can see that for Sheng Siong, we had quite a really good move last year. Look at this, right? So this was pretty much in March. Of course, I think somewhere around here, we had like the circuit breaker that came in, right? And that's where everybody like rushed to Sheng Siong, all right, and I mean to buy, and it reported a really good sales number, and you can see quite a good push last year from like March all the way to around like August, September last year, all right. So Sheng Siong right here, right, Sheng Siong right here, and pretty much thank you so much, guys. I see a lot like hearts and all that. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think below you can like give me a heart or a like, all right? It will definitely help the channel, right? So this Sheng Siong, you can see that we rebounded quite strongly, all right, due to the current situation that we are in with the circuit breaker, and we are seeing strong like sales number in terms of the earnings and all that. So Sheng Siong kind of rebounded all the way to like about 185. All right, and started to see a bit of selling. All right, so where are we right now in terms of the trend, right? So I would say that right now for Sheng Siong, over the past, I would say like 1 year, we have been pretty much a bit of like a sideways movement, right? For like, since 1 year ago to now, it was a really good move, right? You can see from March to like August last year, really bullish move. We went from like $1.05 to about like 180, all right? And that's where I started to see a bit of selling. And that's where, when the kind of like open up again, I mean, the economy can open up, Singapore can open up, and people start to, go out and eat again in groups of 2 or 5, like what we're seeing right now. All right. And that's where you can see that, Sheng Siong was like kind of a bit affected as well, right? In terms of people not really, like circuit breaker, needing to like just, go to buy groceries every single day and cook and all that, right? So it's kind of like opening up, and that's where we are starting to see a bit of like, downwards and sideways movement, right? You can see we were like consolidating from about 160 to 170. So let me just go ahead to draw this for you right here. You can see that this has been pretty much the range, all right, over the past 1 year, from about like 150, right, about 150 all the way to about 170, right? So let me just go ahead to draw it for you. This is like the range right here, right? 150 to 170 for more than a year, right? For more than a year for Sheng Siong. So pretty much a sideways movement. You can see that these moving averages, all right, have started to turn, right? Started to turn as well. You can see we're like moving up, and then started to flatten like sideways, all right? A bit of sideways movement. The reds below the blue, the green, all moving sideways. Prices is moving up and down. So this is a sign of, I would say, like a sideways movement, not really like a very, very good uptrend like what we're seeing here last year, March, April, but a bit more of a sideways movement. Okay. And the thing is that over the past like 2 months, so just take note of this level. As I say, the 150 support level is quite key. We have been holding above for like, almost a year. And over the past like 2 months, unfortunately, you can see that we kind of broke this $1.50 level, right? We kind of broke this $1.50 support level, all right? And that's where we start to see a bit more selling all the way to about the 140, right? $1.40, right? So yeah, I mean, we kind of like staged quite a good rebound from 140 back up to 150, but you can see that right now in terms of the moving averages, right? If you ask me, I would say that right now there are some signs of a bit of a downtrend, just starting to take shape. You can see that this green line is like pointing down, the red below the blue. So in terms of a downtrend, the indicators like pointing more down. It used to be up, then sideways, and now it's slightly more down, especially, all right, if we were to stay below the $1.50, right? 1.50, right? Because if we stay below the 150, I think, we might consolidate from 140 to 150. And that's where, of course, if the 140 were to break down, then it's not a good thing. We might actually see a bit more weakness, right? But thankfully, all right, over the past few days, all right, we did manage to kind of like rebound from 140 go up all the way to like 150. And yes, on like, just yesterday, all right, yesterday we kind of like closed about 151. So that's a good sign, but it's only like 1 day, all right, it's only like 1 day. So we have to see if we can hold and maintain above the 150. Hopefully, all right, hopefully we hold above the 150, and that's where we might see a bit of short-term upside all the way to like 155, maybe hopefully 160 as well. And that's where selling might actually come back again. All right, so this is Sheng Siong right here. All right, the second counter that you guys are asking about. All right, the second counter that you guys are asking about. Right, so let's move on to the third counter. Right, the third counter. All right, and if you guys are ready, all right, type yes in the comments below. All right, type yes in the comments below before we move on to the third counter, which is like OCBC. All right, hi Iksu, good to see you here. So yes, I can see your comment, guys. Okay, good. Yes. Kitty, yes. Welcome to this live show. Ask Me and Stock. Hi, Emily. Good to see you here. Hi, Victor, Raffles Medical. Yes, that's one of the stocks that we'll cover as well. I think some of you are asking about that. And Nicholas, hi too. Good to see you here. Desmond too as well. Awesome. Okay, so I think that all of you guys are already. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Next one would be OCBC, right? And that is pretty much the stock that you guys are asking about as well. Let's take a look, right? So for those of you who don't know, right, OCBC, DBS, and UOB, I think just about a week back, I kind of like did a video on the Singapore banks, and DBS and UOB actually kind of like trading at the highs, and over the past like few days, we are kind of attempted to break the high. All right, but OCBC is one of those that kind of like it went down over the past 2 months, found a bit of support, not really at a high like DBS and UOB. We have kind of like see a bit of a reversal, but there are some signs of a good, I would say, some upside happening again, right? Especially if the support levels are holding, right? So this is OCBC right here, right? And we are seeing some good support. Let me just go ahead to show you, right? So we were actually consolidating from like $11.80, right, to about $12.50. You can see we went up, down, and this was the range since like April to somewhere around August. All right, April to August, but we broke this like 1180. Look, there's a bit of support here, support turn, a bit of resistance level. You can see 1180 we broke, went down to about 1140. Look here, somewhere around here, and that was the range. You can see right here about 1140 to 1180. All right, right here. All right, so we're like there for about 1 month plus 2 months, from 1140 to 1180, as there's some selling pressure. All right, so one of the weaker banks, I would say, compared to like UOB and DBS. But then again, over the past 2 weeks plus, we managed to climb back above this $11.80. So I talked about this level in my video as well, all right, just about a week ago, and that is OCBC. So this 1180 would now kind of like turn from a resistance level to a bit of like a support level right here. Okay, you can see this is like pretty much the support level. This is also where we have been holding above over the past like 2 weeks plus, and also where the shorter term moving averages are, right? So about, I would say, 1180 to about $12, right? So $12, it seems like we are seeing some kind of like psychological resistance level right here, about $12. You can see that's where kind of like touch came down for like about 2 weeks plus already. All right, so it seems like a bit hard to cross that level. Okay, but this is pretty much the $12 psychological resistance level. If we do see some really good bullish actions past the $12, like 1202, 1205, 1210, people start to just buy up and it breaks firmly. All right, that could be a good move all the way back up to 1250, or maybe like 1250 to 1260 level. That could potentially be the upside for OCBC, right? So not too bad, all right? I mean, we kind of like went down below the 1180. So one of the weaker stocks, but fortunately, right, for OCBC, we managed to climb back above that 1180, right? So that's a good sign, whereby buyers are kind of like prepared to kind of like, take it up again, or like see the reversal through again. All right, and that's what we're seeing right now. 1180 to $12 at 20 cents range, right? 20 cents range, and hopefully we break the $12 to see the reversal continue all the way to about 1250 to about 1260, like what I've seen here. All right, that is the resistance level. You can see this is where the 1260. Look at this right here. We actually had quite a bearish candle before the reversal started all the way. That was somewhere in May, right? Same thing in June, we touched, we came down. In August, we touched, we came down as well. So just take note, guys, for OCBC, 1260, 1250, that's where some profit taking or some selling can actually come back again. So you can think about, maybe just taking partial profits or locking in some profits. That's perfectly fine as well. And have a plan maybe to put on to buy again on dips when we come like pull back to some of those good support levels. All right, so that is OCBC, right? So let's take a look at the next one, all right, and that would be Wilmar, all right, Wilmar. Okay, let's take a look at Wilmar. Okay, so what are your thoughts on Wilmar, guys? Do you think that is looking good in terms of like more upside or downside? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Is it like more on the upside or downside? Is it like moving up or moving down? Let me know in the comments below. So yes, I can see your comments, guys, right? So that is, I can see your comments, right? So keep it coming, all right? And hit the heart button or the like button, all right? And of course, tell me to like and share as well, guys. And that's where we can reach out to more people. All right, so I think some of you are typing below upside. Okay, so let me know, what about like Wilmar? Do you think is like moving up or moving down? Okay, so at least you're saying like Wilmar is a bit up. Okay, let's take a look at it later. Wilong, you're saying like a bit of upside as well. Good, good. You're saying is up as well. Jason, up. I think only SG stock in today's show. Okay, good. We have sideways. Michael, I think you're saying it's a bit of sideways. So we're looking at Wilmar right now, guys. Wilmar, that is like pretty much the stock that all of you guys are asking about as well. All right, Wilmar. Okay, so sideways seems to have broken resistance upside. Hi, Maeve, you're saying that it broken resistance. Okay, good, good. So yeah, I think some of you are a little bit more positive for Wilmar. So let's take a look at it right now. All right, Wilmar, pretty much the fourth stocks that you guys are asking about, right? So this is Wilmar right here. Okay. Okay, let's take a look, right? So you can see that this is like, pretty much where we were, somewhere in like January, right? January, March, April, we were having quite a good support around that 520 level. You can see this like the support 520 to about the 560. So quite actually a good uptrend, I would say, right, for Wilmar, right? We actually kind of like push up, since last year all the way to like 520, 560. But unfortunately, okay, we broke this support level at 520. Look at this right here. So quite a bearish candle when we broke this like $5.20, right? Definitely there were some signs of the trend turning down already. Look at this, right? The green line just sloped down, prices below the green line, and this was like the support level we have been holding from like January to about like May, about like 4 months, and we kind of broke the 520. You can see that is where selling really started to happen. Went down from like $5, 480, 460, 440, all the way to somewhere around here, like near the $4 mark. All right, and managed to find a bit of stability, right? Thankfully, all right. So why did we go down this level, right? Look at this, right? So I kind of like covered this as well. I think some guys were asking me about it, and this $4 to 420 levels. Look at this right here, $4 to 420. Pretty much this was where we were last year, all right, in May. That was pretty much where we were supported, right? So $4 to 420, you can see kind of rebounded, and true enough, somewhere around like September last month, right? Last month around here, we managed to see a bit of support around the $4 as well, right? So we kind of like consolidated from like 4 to 420, all right, and then, all right, thankfully, all right, there are some signs of a good uptrend happening. So all this while, as it started to push down, all right, it was not looking that good, right? So we wanted to see like a bit of good support, prices holding above for at least a few weeks to a month or so, and then eventually seeing some good price action whereby price attempt to clear like the week's high or 2 weeks high or 3 weeks high. All right, that's what we are seeing right now. We kind of broke back above the 420, all right, and we are back to this level. And what level is that? That is the $4.60, right? Look at this, right? 460 was like the resistance level. When we broke up here somewhere in December, went all the way up. Same thing, we're back to this level, all right? We broke down, went down, and now we are back to this 460. Right, so for those of you who are asking me, I think about Wilmar, I would say that right now, Wilmar, in terms of the short term, I think that we are looking quite a little bit more positive, right? If you ask me like here, then, when it was just coming down and down, like from $5 to 480, there were no clear signs of a reversal, all right? But right now, we are actually seeing some signs of a good reversal, all right? Because we went above that 420 level. But the thing is that we are back to this like, $4.60 resistance level as well, right? $4.60 resistance level as well, all right? And that's where some profit taking is coming in for Wilmar, right? So I think if you are, kind of like looking to buy, I mean, this is where selling is coming. Look at it. I think just like yesterday, all right, you can see that it went to a high of around that 456, right? 456. So I say 460, right? 460 is the resistance level. So 456, you can see that sellers start to come back and push prices back down again, right? This is what we're seeing right here, just in July and in August as well before we sold down, right? And yeah, this is pretty much the resistance level. So I think maybe if you're looking to buy, you just want to be careful because selling is actually coming back near that 460. So I think it's better if you're looking to buy, if we can kind of like firmly break this, like, the 460 level. I think that would be a clearer signal of, buyers kind of like prepared to take it up all the way to maybe the $5 to that 520 level. That could be the next upside for Wilmar, right? If we actually, really break that 460, because right now, as I say, that is pretty much the resistance, and right now selling is still coming back, right? So for those of you who are, holding on to it, yeah, I mean, you can wait for it to see if we can break that 460. If it does, good, all right, and that's where you can let it go up a little bit more, reverse a bit more to like 520, and maybe take some profit as well. Okay, so this is Wilmar, but right now 460 is the resistance, right? So if you have like caught the rebound, it's also okay to take some profit right around here as well, as like selling is actually coming back. Okay, so this is Wilmar, right? Pretty much the stock number 4, right? Stock number 4 that all of you guys are asking about. Okay, good. So we have like more than like 400 of you on board already. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live show, Ask Me Any Stock. So we are pretty much going through the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about, and we have covered like IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, and this is like Wilmar. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so I see a few comments coming on board as well. Let me just go to see. Justman, you're saying likely to form a right shoulder first before its upward move again. Okay, so like this is like a right shoulder. Okay, good. Maybe what you're saying is probably like a right shoulder right here. Okay, and eventually, I think, yeah, if you do break that 460, as I say, we can see a bit of reversal. So thanks for sharing, Jasmine. Okay, good. So let's move on to the next stock, right? So let's move on to the next stock, which would be Union Gas. I think a lot of you are asking about Union Gas. Okay, let's take a look at Union Gas as well. Okay, let's take a look at Union Gas, right? Stock number 5, right? So stock number 5, we'll try to cover as many stocks as possible, guys. Later, we'll open the poll again and we'll see what are some of the stocks that you guys are asking about. Okay. Okay, so this is stock number 5, Union Gas, right? Union Gas. Okay, let's take a look, right? So what is Union Gas, right? So Union Gas has been quite, I would say, a good uptrend since like last year. You can see we were like from 20-30 cents all the way to like about 120. So we have kind of like covered this stock, many months back, even last year as well. It went up all the way. But unfortunately, right around here, I think there's some news that came out and we broke the $1.15 support level, went all the way down, quite heavy selling, all the way to like 70 cents and see a bit of a rebound. So right now, I would say for Union Gas, it's still a little bit more volatile, right? Still a little bit more volatile. Normally for stocks that just sell down by quite a like a huge amount, right, over like a short period of time, from like 115 to like 17 cents, more than like 20-30% down. Look at this, right? So it's like more than 30% down in like a week or two. All right, that is a sign of weakness. So I probably want to see a bit more stability. All right, so yeah, I mean, we did stage a good rebound, but sellers kind of came back as well. All right, so I think that right now for this Union Gas, there are some signs of like a bit of like a downtrend, I would say, a bit of a downtrend in terms of the short term, right? And why do I say that? You can see that in terms of the like over the past like 2-3 months, we can also draw what we call like kind of like a downward sloping channel resistance line right here, right? So it seems like prices are kind of like forming like lower highs, right? Each time it pushes up, sellers came there, push it down, rebound again, and kind of like forming lower highs as it attempts to push higher, right? But sellers are just like kind of like coming in to push prices down, right? So not a good thing for the short term, all right? But short in terms of like a support level, we are seeing some good support, maybe about that 80 cents. You can see 80 to about 80 cents, maybe about 80 to 83. That's where some support is coming back, right? So that is pretty much the range. Is quite a volatile stock, right? Maybe from 80 to 95. That is pretty much the range for now, right? So I think just want to be careful. I think they're looking to buy if we actually break that 80 cents level. that is where we can actually see like the selling of the downtrend continuing further. But right now, yeah, thankfully we did rebound like a few times, 1, 2, 3 times. But each time it rebounds, you can see that sellers are coming back to like push prices back down again. So there are definitely some signs of weakness. I mean, compared to like last year when we were really just consolidating, pushing higher, consolidating, pushing higher, it was really good uptrend. But when we broke this level somewhere in like August, September, definitely things are not looking as solid, as firm, as good as last year when the uptrend was really strong. All right, so just take note of Union Gas. That is the range from 80 to 95 cents, quite a huge range for now. Okay, so that is Union Gas number 5. Okay, good. Let's take a look at the next stock, which would be SGX, right? SGX, let me take a look at SGX right here. Okay, good. So let me know, guys, what do you guys think about SGX? Type it in the comments below, all right? This is the next stock that we'll talk about, SGX, Singapore Exchange. Let me know, what do you guys think about SGX? Is it more like a sideways, or is it like some weakness, or like can we expect a bit of reversal? Let me know. Downtrend, up, down. What do you think about SGX? Before we dive into it and see, right? Okay, a potential upside, sideways. Okay, good. Catherine, downtrend. Okay, good. Many resistance level. Catherine, you're saying it's a bit of a sideways movement. Good to see you here. Hi, Jolene. Okay, good. Yeah, so I think a bit of sideways, weak as well. Michael, you're saying it's weak. Kumbre, you're saying, hi, Kumbre, good to see you here. Sideways. Emily, hi, Joseph, reversal back up, right? So let's dive into like, SGX to see what it says right now, right? So this is SGX here, something like a bit like Wilmar, right? We started to see, kind of like a reversal back down quite swiftly. I think there was some news in terms of their results, all right, kind of like came in below expectations and all that just a few months back, all right, and started to see a bit of selling. So you can see we were actually pushing up from like 7 to 8 to 9, 10, went all the way to around $12. And selling actually started. We broke like the 11.50 support level, went down. All right, and of course this $10.60. Look at this right here. This is like $10.60 resistance support. We broke down as well, and more importantly, we broke this $9.80, right? So 9.80 was a bit of like a support. You can see this 9.80. Okay, let me just go ahead to just remove these lines first. All right, look at this, right? So this 980, guys, we actually have been holding above since like the beginning of the year, right? So when we kind of like approach this 980, all right, that's where some buying pressure can actually come back, right? It did, right? Kind of rebounded from 980, went to about 10 plus, all right, came back down again, and unfortunately we broke the 980 that has actually been holding since like the beginning of this year. So that's not a good sign. Of course, when we broke this 980, you can see that this green line, the short-term 20 days moving average, is still like sloping down. All right, so definitely a little bit more weakness below the 980. All right, so this 980, let me just turn this 980 to like red in color. All right, why red? Because this like was the support level we broke down, and it is now like the resistance level. So over the past week, you can see that we actually attempted to like try to like cross back above the 980 or hold above, but sellers came back and pushed it back down, and we are like about $9.59 right now, right? Which is like below $9.80, right? So not a good thing. That would be the range for now. Okay, let me just go to show you what is the range for SGX, and see this is pretty much the range for now, about 930 to about 980, right? So some kind of a support level right here. You can see this is like about the $9.30 was the resistance level last year, and this 930 would now be like a support, right? So that's the range, right? From 930 to about $9.80, which is like a 50 cents range, right? 0.50. Right. So if you ask me right now, we say that for SGX, there are some signs of like the short-term trend stabilizing a bit, right? Stabilizing a bit. You can see that this green line was like down, flattened a bit down. All right. And right now, this green line, you can see right here, that is the 20 days moving average. Can you see that it is like a bit sloping sideways? Is not really down. I mean, for now, it's like a bit of sideways movement. So in terms of the short-term trend, we have kind of like turned from down to a bit of a sideways movement for the short term. All right, for the short term, right? But the thing is, we're still below 980, right? We're still below 980. So if we stay below 980, guys, that's where I say, we can actually like turn down again. This green line can turn down, and the trend can actually continue to be down as well below the 980. Especially if we hit to like the 930, and if the 930 were to give way as well, all right, we can potentially see more selling all the way down, right? So that could be like the potential downside from 980 all the way to 930. Right here. And if the 930 were to give way, the next support level would be somewhere around that, maybe around that here, right? About 880, 890. Look at this right here, right? So somewhere around here, look at it. This was a bit of support, resistance to support. So that could kind of like be the downside, right? That could be the downside if the $9.30 were to break down, right? So that is SGX, a little bit more weak for now, all right? Especially below the $9.80, right? So take note of this resistance level. So far, it seems like it's a little bit hard to cross this 980. And in terms of the trend for the mid to long term as well, there are some signs of the mid to long term trend like turning down slightly as well. You can see this red line is kind of like pointing down. Eventually, I think if you were to still consolidate here, this red line will push down, and it might cross below the blue line. And not a good thing, right? Not a good thing in terms of the trend, like turning like more down in terms of the mid to long term as well, right? But short term, that is the range, right? 930 to 980, and yeah, anything below 980, just I would say a little bit more down than up for now, right? So that is SGX, right? That is SGX, which is pretty much stock number 6, right? So we have pretty much covered like 6 stocks, guys. For those of you who have just joined us, all right, welcome to this live show, Ask Me Any Stocks. Pretty much we have done like a live poll, and I kind of like ask you guys what are the stocks that you guys want to be asked, all right? And we have kind of like gone through quite a bit, like IFAST, OCBC. We have gone through like Wilmar as well, all right? So this is like live poll, okay? IFAST, OCBC, Sheng Siong we went through as well. We went through like Union Gas. I think Union Gas, where is it? Union Gas is somewhere here. Went through like SGX as well. Okay, and yeah, let's take a look at the next one, which would be like Raffles Medical, right? So we can like take a look at more stocks if we have more time, all right? So not to worry, guys. Okay, so let me just go on to take a look at the next stock, which would be like, okay, let me see. It's like changing right now, okay? So that would be, so SGX is done, all right? Let's take a look at UMS. Okay, UMS. I think a lot of you are asking about UMS. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is UMS, right? One of the Singapore tech stock, right? Tech stock right here. Okay, and something like Franken, one of those stocks that I like as well in terms of the Singapore technology sector. I think some of you are asking, August, you're asking if like the session is recorded. Yeah, so this is like a Facebook Live, all right, and you can see the replay on my Facebook page as well. So not to worry, all right, in case you missed it. Okay, so let's move on. So UMS. Right here, right? So UMS, I think for those of you who kind of hold on to stock, they kind of did like a bonus issue, a 1-for-4 bonus issue. So like you have like 4, they will like give you 1 bonus share, all right? And it's kind of like where the price adjusted downwards, so it was like 160, and then kind of like adjusted downwards, and this is like the new adjusted price, right? So let's take a look at the new adjusted price and see what are some of the levels again. Right, so UMS is one of those stock like Franken, right? So Franken, UMS, I think I've covered in videos as well, and these are some of like the stock that I like as well, all right? And in terms of the uptrend, it kind of like consolidate, push up, and then find a bit of support, and then start to push higher again, right? So that's a good sign of a good uptrend, all right? Consolidating. You can see that UMS, based on adjusted prices, this 120, look at this right here, right? This is 120, all right? So now we're looking at adjusted prices after the bonus issue, the 1-for-4 bonus issue. 120 would be like a resistance turned support level. And look at this right here, right? Look at this right here. This is something like a doji right here, right at this support level at 120. So when we saw this doji right here about 120, of course, based on adjusted prices, it could actually become a really good reversal back up. So it did kind of like reverse from 120 all the way back up to like about 140. All right, about 140. That is the upside. All right, and then selling kind of like came back, and we kind of like retraced back down again from 140 all the way back down to somewhere around that 128 right now. Right. So what is the outlook for UMS? So I would say that for UMS, the mid to long term trend I would say still looks quite okay, right? Still looks quite okay in terms of long term. You can see that we kind of rebounded. This year when we saw like the tech sector sold off somewhere in like February, March, we hit the 200 days moving average, and you can see staged quite a good rebound right here. All right, went to like the 100 days moving average, rebounded up. So you can see all this while we have been rebounding from this longer term moving average, right? The red line, 100 days, the blue line, the 200 days. And right now, we are pretty much back to this 100 days moving average and also nearing this blue line, which is 200 days moving average. So this 120 is key, right? This 120 is key. I think if we were to hit to near 120 again, that is where some good bargain hunting or good buying pressure can actually come back. Hopefully, we see like a good reversal candle. Look at this right here. This is like a doji. We like see another one here, or like a bullish candle reversal. That is where we can see the upside rebound happening, right? But we are right in the center right now. So like 120 to 150, 120 to 140, all right, which is like a 20 cents range for UMS. All right, so that's like a 20 cents range, and we're like 128, which is like just a little bit in the center, right? So, short term wise, we did break like the 130 support. So a bit of support at 130, you can see like over the past 1 week plus, we were holding above 130. So not a good thing last week when we kind of, close below 130. So yeah, we might actually see some short term weakness, maybe to like 120, 125, and hopefully we see some bargain hunting coming back in again. All right, but anything above 120, I think still looks good for UMS all the way right up to that 140 resistance level. Okay, so that is UMS, right? That is UMS. Let me just take a look at it. Okay, that's stock number 7, right? Stock number 7. Okay, let's take a look at Raffles Medical, right? Next one of you asking about would be like Raffles Medical. I think a lot of you are asking about Raffles Medical as well. So one of those good stocks, but unfortunately, I think we saw a bit of selling coming in. Let's take a look at it. All right, so Raffles Medical has been one of those good, I would say, medical plays. I mean, because of the current situation that we are in. All right, like from like about last year in November, right? I think they are currently kind of like carrying out those like PCR tests and all that, right? Due to the current situation, and we're like having quite good uptrend. You can see we broke that 90 cents, $1 gave way as well. Okay, you can draw this line right here. So we broke the $1, went up, came back down. You can see resistance, support, rebounded from the $1 and went from $1 all the way to like 150. Quite a good move up. Very, very strong uptrend, I would say. Look at this, right? The red above the blue. Very, very strong uptrend. And went all the way to 150. We broke the 150. And I was kind of like expecting a little bit more, upside above 150, right? So look at this, right? This was where we broke above just like last month. We broke the 150, went up to about $1.60 right here. Consolidated for a while right here. And unfortunately, you can see that this $1.50 support level gave way on this day, right? And what day is that, right? That would be on the like 25th of October, just about 2 weeks back. You kind of broke the 150. I think there was some news whereby, in terms of like vaccinated travel lanes or what, Raffles Medical probably don't have to like go through like PCR tests or something like that. And that's like kind of like a negative news. And it kind of broke that 150 on that news, right? And some selling actually came back when we broke that 150, and we are back to this support level at 135, right? So 135. So by right, if you have like kind of got in right here, if you break the 150, you probably want to have like a stop loss to get out at 147, 148, just to protect, all right, in case it hit all the way down, all right? But yeah, I mean, it did kind of like sold off when we broke this support and we're back to 135, right? So this 135, I think this level is key, all right? This level is key. Look at this, right? Since like July, all right, 3 to 4 months already, we have rebounded here, 1, 2, all right, about 2 or 3 times up, all right, and we are back to 135, which is pretty much where we closed at just like yesterday, right, 135. And this is also where the 100 days moving average line is as well. Look at this, right, kind of like coincides really nicely to the 135 level, all right, which is the 100 days moving average. So hopefully, all right, so you can see we kind of rebounded 1, 2 times. So hopefully we see some good support here. I think if we do see some good support, holding above over the next few days or next 1, 2 weeks, that could be a good sign of some stability and hopefully some good bullish candles coming in again. And that's the way you can potentially see some upside all the way to maybe 145 first and then back to that 150 level, right? So that could be the upside for Raffles Medical. But the thing is, we are just right at this support at 135. So it's a bit hard to say because it's only like 2 or 3 days, but so far, so good. All right, we're still like holding above this level. All right, so hopefully we see some good reversal happening. If not, guys, if we break that 135, then yeah, you just want to be careful, because if we break the 135, that's where we can actually see a bit more selling, maybe towards the 120 to 125, which is where the longer term moving average is as well, right? So make sure you have a plan. I mean, you have a plan to get out. Like if it breaks certain support level, it's good as well. You can get out, maybe wait for it to come down lower and then think about getting in again, rather than just like holding all the way down. All right. So this is Raffles Medical, right? Pretty much the stock number 8 that you guys are asking about. All right. So let's move on to the next stock. I think let me take a look at what stocks are you guys asking about. We've covered like quite a bit of stocks already. All right. And IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, Wilmar, Union Gas, UMS, SGX, Raffles Medical, like 8 stocks already, right? So let me take a look, right? So it's about 9 p.m. guys. So let me just hang on, maybe like we'll stay on like another 10-20 minutes, all right? Let's take a look at what stocks are you guys asking about. Next one, okay? So if you guys are still here, guys, type a 10 in the comments below, all right? Or just give me a heart shape or some like, or give me a heart shape so that I know that you guys are still here, right? Because sometimes it's just like I'm talking to myself, all right? Let me know. Give me a heart shape or like, guys, if you are still here and you're still following me, all right? Okay, good. Yes, I can see all this coming up. You can see these are like it's quite interesting how it works, right? But I think there's a lot of like hearts and likes coming up. But thank you so much, guys. You like and share, right? So you can help to reach out to more people. But I can see a lot of hearts coming. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see it, but it's like moving up, right? So thank you so much, right? I can see 10. Okay, good. Hi, Siltin, Kim Ray, Chucky, Norman, Louis, Maeve, Kiam Guan, Eileen, Alice. Awesome. Good. Okay, so let's move on, right? Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So next one would be like Keppel Corp, right? I think, okay, let me take a look at what are you guys asking here. Okay, we have like quite a lot of you asking about like Singtel as well. All right, so let me take a look at Singtel. It seems like a lot of you are asking about Singtel. Singapore Telecom, right? Singapore Telecom. Let's take a look at Singtel. Look at this right here. Singtel. Okay, this is Singapore Telecom, in short, Singtel, right? So what do you think, guys? I mean, is it like a bit like down or up or sideways? Anybody can share? Let me know, guys. Let me know in chat. Is it like a bit down, up, or sideways for Singtel? Sideways, Andy. Okay, good. Andy, you're saying that Singtel is a bit of a sideways movement. Yeah, we'll check it out. Amy, you're saying it's sideways as well. Okay, good. Tanka, you're saying that it's down. Okay, good. Let's check it out later. Richard, up. Okay, consolidation. Uptrend, then mid resistance. Hi, Crystal. Okay, good. So let's take a look at Singtel, guys. This is pretty much where we are right now, about $2.49, right? So you can see that Singtel, you know, that is just like zoom back maybe a few years back, maybe in like 2015, 2016. You can see that we're pretty much like $4, $4.20, $3.40, $3, and we were actually a little bit in a downtrend, right? Even before the current situation that we are in right now. I mean, before last year, this whole entire thing came about, right? So we were actually in a downtrend right here from like 380. And you can see when it happened last year, okay, we kind of broke this like $3 level, and more selling came in all the way to like $2, right? And so far, I would say that over the past 1 year, we are seeing some signs of a stability coming in again, right? Some kind of stability in. It's a bit of a sideways movement for now, I would say, in terms of the mid to long-term trend, right? Mid to long-term trend, I think we are still a bit more sideways. You can see prices is pretty much just like moving sideways from $2.20 to $2.60, right? 220 to 260. That is pretty much the range. You can see it was like originally the support, we broke, it became resistance level, and since November last year, so yes, for about a year, right, that is the range from 220 to about 260. And when it comes like consolidated in this range, you can see that the moving averages are actually like sideways, right? They're sideways. Look at it, right? The green is like moving sideways up and down a little bit, but the blue and the red is like just sideways. It's not moving up, right? It's also not moving down, right? So at least that's a good thing. I mean, in terms of like it being in a downtrend before, but right now it's like not going down. It's like a bit of sideways. So that is like what has happened from here, from 220 to 260. So I think if you're holding on to it, I think that is the range. So I think if you have seen like selling coming in near 260 about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it touched the 260 and comes back down. So I think if you're like trading in this range, I mean, you can think about taking some profit as well near the 260. Nothing wrong, because that's where we are seeing selling, right, over the past 1 year, right? So you can like sort off, maybe come back down to like this 220, 230 range, think about getting in again, all right? But I mean, to catch the rebound, rather than just like hold it all the way back down again, right? So that is the range, right? So unless we see kind of like a good firm move or a really good bullish move above the 260, I would say if that happens, then we can potentially see like a good uptrend starting to form up. Hopefully, all right, starting to form. Hopefully we see like what we call like a double bottom, right? But right now it hasn't played out yet because we're still below 260. But if we can break that 260, yes, if that happens, we hold over to 260, and then we start to see some good signs of the trend, the moving areas all starting to turn up, and prices holding above 260. Okay, then I think that's where we can potentially see like maybe the uptrend just starting to form up, or maybe like all the way to targets to like 290 or $3. That could be the upside. But the truth is right now, we are still capped below 260, all right? And that's pretty much the range from now, 220, 260. So if you are like looking to sell, take some profit near 260, I think that's perfectly fine, to kind of lock in some profit as well if you have like kind of got in pretty much in this like 230, 220, 240 range. I think that's pretty much where selling is actually coming back, all right? So that is Singtel, right? That is Singtel with stock number 9, right? Stock number 9. Okay, good. So let's take a look at what you guys are saying, right? So, okay, let's take a look, right? So we have covered like 9 stocks already, guys, welcome. Okay, good. So let's move on to stock number 10. I think we have like Keppel Corp as well. Let's take a look at Keppel Corp. I think that's what a lot of you are asking about. We have like more than 10 over votes for Keppel Corp as well. Okay, good. Let's take a look at Keppel Corp. So Keppel Corp, one of those like oil and gas firm, that is doing, I would say, better than Sembcorp Marine, all right? And one of those like oil and gas players, and you can see that for Keppel Corp, we are pretty much like something like Singtel, I would say a little bit more sideways, from like about $5 to about the $5.80, right? $5 to $5.80. Let me just go to draw it for you, all right? So let me draw it for you right here, $5 to $5.80. That has been pretty much the range, I would say, for this year, right? For this year, $5 to $5.80, right? So I think right now, you can see that selling pressure, or the sellers still coming back in around the $5.60, right? You can see we kind of like touched about 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, 4 times, right, over the past like 10 months, right? And it seems like selling is still coming back right here. So I think if you're like kind of like holding on to it, you have got in somewhere in this range, it's also good to think about maybe just just getting out first, right? Maybe just locking in some profits, wait for pullback, maybe to like $5 range, and think about getting in again. But in terms of the mid to long term, if you ask me, I would say that it's like sideways. It's not really up, it's not really down as well, right? It's just like sideways. Okay, it's just sideways. So normally we don't really want to, to buy into stocks which are sideways. I mean it's fine. You can trade the range, right, from $5 to $5.80. Sorry, $5 to $5.60 is like a 60 cents range. You can kind of like buy somewhere at low, maybe like $5.10, $5.20, and kind of like sell somewhere around $5.60. But normally we want to go for stocks which are kind of like pushing higher in a good uptrend, all right, and that's where there's a potential to push higher rather than just moving up and down. After 1 year, it's like still the same price, right? So we want to go for strong uptrending stocks. But this is Keppel Corp right here. That is the range, a bit more sideways for now, $5 to about $5.60, right? So that is kind of like the key level that you can take note of as well, right? So this $5 seems to be holding really well. Good, all right, good. Since the beginning of this year, we've been holding over 5. So I think if you can hold over 5, good. I think that would be like a very, very good psychological support to watch as well. Okay, good. Let's take a look at next one. We've covered like 10 stocks. And the next stock, which a lot of you are asking about, would be like DBS, right? DBS, right? DBS. So we have kind of like covered OCBC, right? We've covered OCBC. So let's take a look at DBS, which is pretty much stock number 11, right? So we have covered like 11 stocks, guys. It's like about 9 p.m. Let me just go on to maybe track a little bit longer. I think a lot of you have asked me so many stocks. So I want to make sure I cover as many stocks as possible. For those of you who are still here, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you just being here for like an hour or so. All right. And I really appreciate it, right? And I hope that you have just gained some value out of it. And I hope that I've covered the stocks that you like as well, right? So let me just go on to talk about DBS right now. Like DBS. So this is DBS right here. So I kind of like did a video, all right, on DBS and UOB and OCBC just about a week back, right? So I mentioned about DBS, kind of like, you know, we talk about this support level. Look at this, right? This $29, we were actually holding quite well since like April, May, from 29 to like that 31, right? Up, down, okay? And yeah, I mean, when the market sold off like last month as well, we saw a bit of weakness, went back to the 29. Talk about this like a good potential rebound back up again. I mean, this was what this where we have rebounded like 3 or 4 times, right? So when it kind of like headed to that $29, I talk about it being like a good opportunity, right, to kind of get in again, right, to catch a rebound, right? Because pretty much a good long-term uptrend, and it hits to like a good support level, that could actually be a good opportunity. So for those of you who have got in on dips, right, you can't watch the video or something like that, congrats, right? You have kind of like sit a bit on some upside targets. I think it went up by like what, more than 10%, about 9% in a couple of like a month. Right, so that's quite a good thing, right? But let's take like where we are right now. So this $32. Look at this, right, guys? DBS. You look at the left side, pretty much we are pretty much at an ATH, right? All-time high. All right, all-time high for DBS. So this 31, 32 is like the resistance level we've seen somewhere in 2018 before we sold off. Okay, and the thing is, right now we have come breached that level as well, the 31, 32 level, and you know, over the past like 2 days, this $32 level, all right, seems to have broken, and prices are kind of like holding above that $32 level. So this 32 resistance, let me just change it to green in color right here, would actually now be the support level. All right, this 32 would actually be the support level for DBS. So you can see like for DBS and UOB, maybe if I have time, I talk about UOB as well, but for DBS, same thing, we broke the high, right? All-time high, we broke the high, 32, a bit of resistance there. Actually, we were, you know, consolidating below for 3 or 4 days, but, you know, buyers ultimately came back and we just broke this $32 level. All right, so that is kind of like a good thing, right? And for the past 2 days, I mean, it's only 2 days, but that's good enough, right? For the past 2 days, it seems like we are still holding above 32. It's like 32.21, which is like above 32, right? So that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. So if you can hold above 32, maybe like tomorrow or next week or something, I think that is where you know, this uptrend gradually in terms of the short term, we can hopefully see a little bit more upside all the way to 33, to 34, 35. That could potentially be the upside for DBS, right? For DBS Bank, I think that could actually potentially be the upside. Look at this, right? The moving averages in terms of this green line is like kind of like pointing up for now. All right, prices above the green line. So short term, we are looking quite strong as well. And of course, you know, we are like above 32 still, right? We like went above 32 and sellers came back and pushed it back down. Then yes, maybe a little bit shaky, but right now, past 2 days, you know, we are still like holding above 32, and you know, I think yesterday we kind of went to a low of around 32.07, and buyers came back up to, you know, kind of like push it back up and come close at 32.21. So that's a good sign that, you know, buyers are starting to come back to kind of like defend this new support level at 32. All right, and if we do see it hold, that could be a good sign of the uptrend slowly progressing further. All right, so that is like DBS stock number 11, right? So I think a few are asking about UOB as well. Maybe we have like AEM, right? So this is UOB, right? So yeah, it looks pretty similar to DBS. So this is stock UOB, all right? UOB Bank right here. Look quite similar to DBS, but for UOB, you can see that we are not really an all-time high. All right, this was pretty much backward to where we were in 2018. But I talk about this key resistance level, which is the $27, right? This $27, you know, level is key, right? Even before like the current situation that we are in, when we broke this 25 support went all the way down, we were pretty much consolidating in this range, right? 25 to 27, like for like about, 5 months, right? 5 months. And that is the range in like 2019, all right? And this is probably where we will look at this, right? It kind of fits really nicely, all right? 25 to 27, $2 range, all right? And yeah, so that was the range, right? So yeah, I think I talked about it many times as well, pretty much in this consolidation. So if you're like traded the up down $2 range, okay, I mean, that's good. You probably, make some money and buy at the bottom, sell somewhere at the top. But I talk about this $27 resistance level, right? So that's a good thing as well. So same thing like DBS, it seems like over the past 2 days, we have managed to break this 27, all right, this $27 resistance level. And I think that is quite a good sign. That's quite a good sign. It's quite a bullish move, right? So on like, this is like on the Tuesday, all right, we can close above quite a good bullish candle. On a Wednesday, all right, which is like yesterday, all right, we're still like kind of like holding above that 27, which is like 27.20 as well. So that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign right now. Let me just turn this 27 to green in color right here, and that would be kind of like a good, I would say, support level for more upside to come in the short term, right? Maybe all the way to like 28 first, right? 28 first. Look at this, right? This green line, look at this green line, the short-term moving average, the 20 days moving average, sloping up, prices above the green, right? And yeah, I mean, long-term, I've been talking about it, right? It looks good, right? It looks good in the long-term. Red above the blue still looks good, but just that short-term wise, you can see that we were pretty much consolidating from Feb to October, all right, about 7 to 8 months in this range. And right now, past week, we broke that 27. So it could actually signal where, buyers are kind of like prepared to take it kind of like higher, all right, to the next phase, right, all the way to maybe like 28. And of course 28, we might see a bit of selling. And see, this is where 28 is, a bit of selling here as well, in somewhere around like 2018, and we might see a bit of profit taking. And of course, hopefully the 28 would break, as well, and potentially 29 to $30. That could be the potential upside, right? So that is UOB, right? So also looking quite good, right? Also looking quite good, especially if we hold above that $27 level. Okay, good. So we have pretty much covered like 12 stocks already, guys. So yes, I mean, for those of you who are still here, thank you so much. I think we have like more than 300 of you still here. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being here and watching this live show, Ask Me Any Stock. So we have covered like 12 stocks: IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, Wilmar, Union Gas, UMS, SGX, Raffles Medical, Singtel, Keppel Corp, DBS, and UOB. So for those of you who have like missed any parts, and not to worry, this replay will be on my Facebook page as well. You can kind of like this zoom in into the parts that you have missed, all right? And so not to worry, right, in case you have missed any parts, right? So thank you so much, right? And let's see if we can cover. So guys, do you want me to continue? I mean, now it's like more than an hour. We have gone off like more than an hour already. Let me know, guys, if you want me to continue. Type yes, all right? Type yes in the comments below if you want me to cover like maybe 2 or 3 more stocks. If a lot of you are interested, I will try to cover like 2 or 3 more stocks. Let me know, guys. Type yes in the comments below, or give me a heart shape if you want me to cover like more stocks, if we have time, right? Because it seems like we've gone on for more than an hour, right? We covered like 12 stocks already. Okay, yes. Hey, hi, David. Hi, Danny, Nash, Hui Yuan, Ellen. Okay, good. Desmond, Gina, hi, Peter, Jason, Sadie, Alice. Okay, good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see if we can just cover a few more, right? Let me just take a look at the list of stock which you guys are asking about, all right? And let's see what are some of those stocks that you guys are asking about, and we see if we can cover them as well, all right? So that is the list, guys. So I think for those of you who have just come on board, basically what happened was we actually had a live poll, all right, just about an hour ago, all right? So you have not key in the stocks, I mean, you can still do it now. Basically, you go to slido.com and the code is AMAS02. Right, so we've covered like most of the stocks over here, like IFAST, OCBC, Wilmar, Singtel. Okay, maybe let's take like one more stocks, like maybe Thai. All right, Thai Beverage. I think a lot is asking about it as well. Okay, Thai Beverage. We can take a look at. Let's take a look at maybe AEM, right? I think a lot of you asking about AEM as well. Thai Beverage, AEM. Okay. What about Propnex, right? So a lot of you asking about Propnex as well. Let's take a look at Propnex. Okay, so that is it's kind of like moving, all right? Okay, good. So these are three more stocks. Maybe just cover three more stocks, guys. Thai Beverage, AEM, okay, and also Propnex, right? So it's kind of like changing. Let's take a look at it, right? So let me just go ahead to pull this to the side again. And Thai Beverage, it seems like more than 10 of you are asking about Thai Beverage as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is Thai Beverage, right? Thai Beverage. Let's take a look, right? So what is it saying? So I'm saying for Thai beverage, I mean, looking at this price level, I mean, I've not really covered Thai beverage because I feel that the prices is a little bit more volatile. It's a little bit more volatile. You can see that since like 2 years back, we kind of went from like 60 to 90, 90 go back to 60, 50, and then rebounded up, down again, went back to 85, came back down again. So it's a little bit more volatile in that range, right? From like 60 cents to that 90 cents, right? It's like a 30 cents range over the past 2 years, right? So normally I would want to kind of avoid stocks like this because it's a little bit too volatile and there's no clear there's no clear trend, right? There's no clear trend. Pretty much I would say quite volatile. Each time there's a news, it might come down and then rebound again. So I try to avoid stocks like this. But if you ask me right now, I would say that in terms of the trend, we are a little bit more like sideways for now, sideways and down. You can see that some support here being found around the 64 cents level over the past like 5 months. That is pretty much the range from 64 all the way to like 70, 72 cents. I think that is pretty much the range. But you can see same thing here. Selling is coming back around at 72 cents level. That is where the support was. And we are right at this level. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking to buy, I don't know. I mean, I probably would not want to buy this because you see that the upside might be a bit more capped, right? My upside might be a bit to like 76 or maybe to 80 cents. And that's where selling can actually come back again. Look, it's right here somewhere in like February this year. Selling actually came back like 80, 78, 76 cents. So the upside might be a bit more capped in that sense, right? I mean, based on this range here, selling can actually come back. And there's no clear signs of a good uptrend at the moment. Right? You can see that we're still like sideways for now. All right, so probably we don't want to buy into this. I mean, if you want to buy, probably can think about getting in on dips near 64, 65, like we've rebounded. That is that is if you want to kind of like get in on this. But normally you want to get in on counters which are a little bit more strong in terms of the trend. All right, kind of like pointing up, and we kind of look like for some good supports to get in as well. Okay, so let's take a look at another counter, right? So that is like Thai beverage, like stock number 13. Let's take a look at AEM, right? AEM, let's take a look at AEM. I think a lot of you are asking about AEM as well. Let me just take a look and see what it says. Okay, good. So AEM. So I pretty much covered this stock, one of those Singapore heavyweights technology stock as well, called AEM, many times in some of my YouTube and Facebook videos as well. All right, and we are currently trading at about $4.13, 4.13. All right, 4.13. So where are we right now? Right, so it's about 4.13. You can see that I talked about it a few times. Support level is quite firm, all right, over the past like four months, all right, 3 to 4 months. This $3.90, right, $3.90. I think that level is quite key. We have kind of like rebounded many times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times right here. All right, 390 all the way to like 430. All right, and look at this, right? I talk about this 430, right? So if you have kind of like got in near that 390 and kind of like got up near 430, congrats, right? I mean, as I say, right, each time it approaches some of those resistance level like this 430, look at the 430, guys. I talk about it many times, right? You kind of like touch in March, went down, somewhere in April down, July down, August down, September down, and yeah, I mean, just like yesterday, I don't know why we kind of like sold off as well from this 430. I think the high was about 425, and sellers just shot it back down again. So that 430 is actually quite a firm resistance. So I hope that if you have like caught the rebound, it's good to take steps to protect your profits upwards as well. Or you can also think about taking some profits, maybe near that 425, 430, 428, 426 levels, because that's where selling can actually happen, like what we have seen over the past 8 months, right? Over the past 8 months, that's where selling can actually happen, and that's where we can actually see more downside or a potential retracement back down, right? But down doesn't mean like all the way down. I mean, down means we can see some downwards pressure all the way back maybe to like $4 to $3.90 again. And why $3.90, guys? Because as I say, right, $3.90 we have been holding above since like July. All right, it's about 4 months, right? We have kind of rebounded many times here and quite a few good bullish candles here before the rebound actually happened. So if we hit to like near the $3.90 again, $4, that could actually be a good opportunity to think about like, getting in on dips again to kind of ride the rebound back up. But right now, yeah, I mean, this is quite a bearish bar yesterday. So I think right now is a bit of selling coming in again because we are back to this 430 resistance level, right? So this is AEM, right? So one of those good stocks as well, but just take note that, each time it hits to a certain level, selling can come back. Nothing wrong to lock in some profits. Get out first, wait for it to come back down, and then think about getting in again to ride the movement up again. All right. Okay, so this is AEM. Okay, let's take a look at stock number 15. All right, so let's take a look at stock number 15. What is it? Okay, let's take a look at stock number 15, which is like Propnex. I think a lot of you are asking about Propnex. Let's take a look at Propnex as well. I think, wow, okay, so I think we have covered it as well. I think clients were alerted to it as well. And this is Propnex right here. So Propnex is one of those really good, I mean, we have covered it since like last year, one of those really good uptrending stock, all right? And I think the property, market has been doing quite well in terms of sales numbers for Propnex. They are like expecting their sales force as well. All right, and yeah, not too bad, right? So basically, this company Propnex, we pushed all the way to like around 220. All right, saw a bit of selling when it broke the $2. And after breaking at $2, to be honest, there was some signs of weakness in terms of the short term. In terms of short term, went all the way to somewhere around that $1.70 mark. All right, 170 mark. We rebounded from here. Same thing. We rebounded from here again. All right, and we are pretty much back to this resistance level right here at that $2 mark again. So that is pretty much the range for now. All right, from like 170 rebounded all the way to $2. So yeah, I think when we kind of broke that like 180, I kind of like send out a note as well to clients whereby there's some signs of good reversal because we actually went a bit. Look at this right here, right? So we found some good support at 170, all right, and we on this day right here we went above that 180, and when it happened, all right, you can see that this green line, the 20 days moving average, started to turn up as well, right? So it turned up as well, all right. And in fact, I think, yeah, we actually had a couple of good signals as well from. Let me just take a look at it. Right, so I think some of you might be asking about in terms of like the 1GT system that I have. Right, let me just show you guys right here. All right, so this is like the 1GT system that I have, and I think I've talked about it many times in Propnex as well. I think we have like APEC Realty as well, or one of those stocks that we like as well. A couple of good bullish signals for Propnex. You can see right here in April, got a bullish signal went up. Another one in May went up from like 120 to like 150. Another good bullish signal right here somewhere in July. Went up. And yeah, there was a started consolidate, but let's look at this signal right here. So I talked about this level when we broke at 180 right here, 7 October. We actually have like a good 1GT bullish signal right here, right? So that's a good sign whereby a reversal is starting to happen again, all right? And of course, the short-term uptrend started to look good as well, all right? And yeah, a note was set up to client. So yeah, right now you can see we started push from like 180, 185, 190, and now we are back to that, $2 resistance level, close at about 1.98. And are there like any like exit signal right here from that bullish? This is like the green arrow pointing up to like 1GT bullish signal. All right, so there are no exits, right? There are no exits right now. So I think it looks quite good. Right now it looks quite good. But having said that, we are actually seeing some kind of like resistance, a bit of selling pressure near that $2 level. But I think if we can break this $2, I think that's really a good thing, right? You can see this $2 is quite important. So somewhere in like August, look at this right here. In August, we kind of like attempted to kind of like break the $2, but it went up and then sellers came down and pushed it back down. So not a good thing, right? Not a good thing, right? And then started to see selling coming back in again. So right now, as we approach $2, that is where you can take a look at the market there. You can take a look at the selling pressure. $199, $2, 201, there are quite a bit of sellers. So we really want to break that level firmly, closing above next few days, maybe next week. And if that happens, then I think that the uptrend for Propnex can really start to continue all the way back to the $2.20 cents level. So one of those good stocks that I like as well, all right, something like APAC Realty, all right, the uptrend looks quite intact, and as I mentioned, we actually had like a bullish signal, all right, on my 1GT system that still have no exits signal as of now, all right. Okay, so that's Propnex stock number 15. So guys, we have like covered 15 stocks already. I thought I would cover like 5 or 6 stocks, but it seems like we've covered like 15 stocks already. All right. Yeah. So let me just go through what we have covered so far. So for those of you who are just joined us, in case you missed any of those stocks, you can kind of watch the replay on my Facebook page as well, Joey Choy. All right. And yeah, so these are the stocks we covered: IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, Wilmar, Union Gas, SGX, UMS, Raffles Medical, Singtel, Keppel Corp, DBS, UOB, Thaibev, AEM, and Propnex, right? Propnex, right? So yes, I think pretty much, guys, I would not want to take up too much of time already, guys. If you are still here, all right, and you can still see and hear me, and you have gained some value, right? You have gained some value so far. Let me know in the comments. Type like value, right? Type value in the comments below if you have gained some value and if I have actually covered the stocks that you are asking. All right, I mean that you actually type and that we actually did a live poll and you actually asked. Type value, guys. Type value below. You have gained some value in today's live show. Let me know. Awesome. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the like as well. Value, value, value. Okay, good. So yes, I can see all your comments. Value, value, value. Thank you so much. Hi, Jane. Okay, Sylvian, value. Jonathan, value. Felicia, value, value, value. Eugene, hi, good to see you here. Very valuable. Louis Lim, value. Thank you so much. Value, value, value. Awesome, guys. So thank you so much, guys. I mean, we have like more than 200 or 300 of you still over here. Thank you so much. So I don't want to take up too much time already. All right. So this is pretty much the show. Ask Me Any Stocks live show. We have pretty much covered like Singapore stocks. So it's just looking at Singapore stocks. The previous one we covered like 5 or 6 only because we were looking at like the US and then the Hong Kong market. We just didn't have enough time, right? So I hope that right now we have covered most of the stocks already. All right. And that you guys are asking about like 15 stocks, right? 15 stocks, guys. And I look forward to see you in the next live show. All right, next Ask Me Any Stocks live show again. And if you enjoyed this video, or make sure there would be like a notification somewhere, like the page, right? Like the page, or hit the bell notification so that you will be alerted whenever we go live. Right? When I go live, you will be alerted as well. You can join us. So the next live show probably will cover like the US market, right? Just separately. We'd want to join them together because when I did it last time, it was like just too many, right? So we'll cover like the US stocks again, maybe the Hong Kong market, and then maybe we'll come back to Singapore again, right? So let me know if you guys are okay with this. Type of yes. And I hope that, yeah, I saw a lot of value. I hope that you guys have taken note of all the stocks that we talk about in terms of the ideas as well. All right. And I look forward to see you in the next live show. All right. So thank you so much, guys. So let's just go ahead to, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, good. Yeah, so that's it, guys. So I guess we have pretty much come to the end of this very session. All right, and yes, thank you so much, guys. So thank you so much for guys. So I think I still love you guys. So have a good day. All right. So tomorrow will be like one last Friday before we go a weekend. All right. So have a good weekend as well, and I hope you have a good holiday to get today as well. And I look forward to see you in the next live show. So Joey here. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for staying all the way to here. If you have missed any of those stocks, make sure you watch the replay as well. If you're on my email list, I'll drop you an email as well when the replay is ready. And that's where you can dive into any of those stocks that we talk about. And maybe let me just do a quick recap of that 15 stocks that we talk about that you guys actually asked today, right? And we have kind of looked at 15 stocks, right? And what are the 15 stocks? Let me just say it fast and clear, right? So if you have missed any of those stocks, if you just join us today and you're holding on to any of those stocks, check out the replay as well. Click a like and maybe share this video, guys, so that your friends will be able to learn something as well. And if they're holding on to stocks like that, they may be able to get a kind of like a quick opinion as well. So these are the 15 stocks that I talked about today. Number 1, IFAST, Sheng Siong, OCBC, Wilmar, Union Gas, UMS, SGX, Raffles Medical. We have Singtel as well, Keppel Corp. A lot of you asking about that. DBS Bank, all right, and UOB Bank. So all the 3 banks were covered, right? OCBC, DBS, and UOB, all right? So I think we talked about this DBS and UOB, which is like not too bad. I think, as I mentioned, become broke to a new high, a little bit of a new support coming back again, right? So DBS, UOB was covered as well. We covered Thai Beverage, not one stock I would like to look at for now, all right? AEM, not too bad, one of those good Singapore technology stock, and of course Propnex, which was the last stock that was covered. These are the 15 stocks that you guys are asking about. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, Michelle, Alice, Desmond, Ethan, Kimray, Jolene. Good to see you here. May, hi. Yes. So I see you guys again. All right. I look forward to see you to the next live show. Make sure you subscribe. All right. And press like the notification bell icon or something so that when we go live, you will receive a notification by Facebook as well. All right. So Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next live Ask Me Any Stocks show. All right. Bye for now. Bye.